Welcome to Serenity Wealth Now with Chris Cooper. This is not your typical financial radio show. As a licensed CPA, insurance agent, and investment advisory representative, Chris coaches his clients on a holistic view of financial well-being with an objective of providing a complete financial strategy to fund life's goals. Chris is here to guide you down the path to the financial serenity you deserve. Now, here's Chris Cooper.
All right, good morning. Hope your Sunday is off to a great start. So we're going to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship today with good friends of RC Custom Fabrication, Coda and Ryan. How you guys doing?
Good. Doing good. Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for putting down your torches for a little while and getting a little time in to talk about business ownership with us today.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
This is fun.
Yeah. So, all right. So you guys have been welding now. So this is what do you guys do? Let's talk a little bit about what you guys do. So
we're a welding and fabrication company.
Okay.
Our niche thing is basically custom handrails, spiral staircases, regular staircases, you name it. Anything metal, we'll weld it together and fix. We do a lot of repair as well.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff, really.
A lot of repairs. We can do aluminum, stainless, mild steel, do TIG welding, MIG welding. We got other processes. We got a plasma table.
This kind of stuff would freak me out, but that's, I guess, why I do what I do.
We can get you in there one day.
Oh, yeah.
No, man, are you serious? How hot are these torches?
Oh, they're hot. Well, yeah, it depends
fine.
on how long you're welding for. But you grab the end of it. It's pretty hot. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So with welding, what gets you into welding? Like, how do you figure out, you know what, I want to get into welding? Is that something you just always knew? Or is that something that, you started to figure out sometime?
I never knew. I did a lot of wood shop in high school.
Okay.
I took metals one year because I ran out of wood shop to do. And then that kind of sparked my interest, but I didn't really pick it back up until I graduated high school. And I had free tuition through A+ to go to a community college.
That is a great program.
It is.
We're going to give a little props to A+ real quick, because I don't think a lot of people understand the value, and that's a Missouri thing. That's not a Missouri thing.
Yeah.
All you got to do is get a little bit of what is it?
I think it's 40, 50 hours
of community service kind of work.
Community service. Yeah.
Go to school.
Yeah.
And get decent grades.
Yeah.
So we're not talking A's.
No.
Decent grades.
I think it was 3.0 maybe.
Yeah,
I had to maintain.
And then the work that you're doing is not that hard either. The community service driven stuff.
No, I was doing like flashcards with second graders out in the hallway.
Yeah,
I
did A+
fun.
as well.
There's some character development here too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I tutored a kindergarten class, and it was a blast.
Yeah,
it was actually really fun.
I love it. Well, so our kids did too.
Cool.
And so we're big fans of the program, because at the end of the day, education is important, but student debt stinks, right?
Yes.
And this gives you the ability to figure out a little bit about what you want to do and do it without racking up a whole bunch of debt.
Yeah.
So
it definitely takes a little bit off the top of the bill. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. So I love that. So, all right. So you got some baseline and figured out what you want to do there.
Some baseline. Well, I actually went to State Tech. It's down in Lynn, Missouri. They had an opening day. You go check out all the different trades to do.
Yeah.
I was looking at aviation mechanics and regular mechanics. And
so you knew you wanted to get into the trade world, right?
Yeah, I did, because I did automotive in high school through their trade program, but I knew I didn't want to be in automotive. So I was like, well, I know how to weld. I mean, welding's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know how to weld a little bit. And so I ended up choosing that. So
I
didn't want to be a mechanic on my days off, so now when I actually work on a car, I'm not as mad.
There you go.
It's not your
and the cool thing is welding is used in all kinds of different trades. Welders aren't just it's not just us. There's a lot of people that use welding day to day. Like you got your mechanics, aircraft mechanics. They don't really weld because you can't really weld on an airplane, but they do build jigs and stuff, tooling and whatnot.
Sure.
And welding is used all over.
It's vast.
Over.
It is very vast.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got a lot of opportunity with that as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you guys decided to also just take that skill set and say, hey, you know what? I don't just want to go and weld. I want to also journey into being my own employer.
Yeah.
So, which is always just so easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Easy to think about.
The thought's really easy for sure.
Put it in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you've noticed that were a challenging thing that you didn't necessarily expect with business ownership?
Customer service.
Yeah.
is definitely one of them. Talking with people, because everybody's different, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people have different budgets. A lot of people will want something that's this great grand scheme of thing, you know, this great idea, and they really don't understand how much money and time and material kind of goes into that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really, that part was a challenge for me anyway, trying to talk to the customer and be like, okay, you know, trying to figure out what actually they absolutely had to have with this vision, or what they could sacrifice in order to make it happen
Within a budget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one thing.
I would say, I mean, I knew it would be coming at one point, but we've hired a couple employees, but it's probably the employee hiring
Yeah.
process and dealing with the employees, because
Sure.
you know, now we have to be the boss. You know,
Yeah.
we've been,
Yeah.
you know, we've been the employee before, but now you gotta spark these guys up, kick them a little bit, you
Yeah.
know, when they get
Sure.
when they get down. And
We
Yeah.
often talk about being an employer and being a boss is almost like raising kids. We don't have any kids, but I feel like it's somewhat relatable. You know, you gotta build them up and give them confidence to where, hey man, you can do this. You just
Yeah.
gotta, if you just follow the steps that we've perfected, all you gotta do is you gotta apply it. That's
Well,
it.
that's what we want to do. We want to put people in a good place to be successful.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you
Yes.
do as parents, and that's actually what you do as an employer as well.
yes, that's
Right.
So,
what we're
and
trying
as an employer and also an employee, right, we have to think of ourselves in that way too. And of course, we usually are our own best employees, I would hope, right?
Yeah.
Because that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
But no one can love what you do as much as an owner of the company.
Correct.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
That's
and so
right.
there's a lot of pride that comes into that as
There
well.
is.
So RC Fabrication is the name. And so that comes from, is that pretty simple, right? That is just
Yeah.
as
It
simple
was,
as I'm thinking. Ryan, Coda.
Ryan and
Yes.
Coda.
There we
correct.
go.
We
All
didn't
right.
do CR because Coda's last name is actually Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow. There you go.
Yeah, it gets confusing for sure.
Yeah.
My signature at the bottom is Coda Ryan, and they're like, I don't know, you know, sometimes people
Did I
address
talk
me
to
as
Ryan or did I talk to Coda?
Yeah. But it's really the same. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So, all right. So a lot of the work you guys do. So what are some of the really cool projects you guys get a chance to do? Because I've seen
Oh,
some
man.
stuff on the website and on Facebook page, and now you got my wife all freaking out. Like she's like, hey, we need to do some of these cool things. I'm like, we got all these other things that we've got. Like, what else do we need to do?
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, you're like, there's always something we can
there's
figure out.
always
Right.
something, Yeah.
There's always something.
yeah.
And when you start a home remodel, it's you always find something else. When you
Yeah.
It's
remodel
never
it,
it's never an easy project. You know,
Yeah.
you start digging into it and it's like, oh man, we got to do that. We got to do that. We got to do that. You know, so
She likes your spiral staircases.
yeah,
That is a good one.
that's I would say that's probably up there at the top of our list. I mean,
I love doing interior like full handrail sets.
Mhm.
So pretty much we tear out all the wood ones you have in your house and replace them all. I mean, the best part that I love is you see the before and you get to make it and you see the after
Yeah.
and you see how happy the customer is.
Yeah.
And they're just their napkin sketch came true and we built it for them and
Yeah.
it looks perfect when you walk into the house. So
Yeah.
I really like those, and the spirals are great too. I love just doing.
Well, there's a lot of character in the spirals for sure.
oh yeah.
And just in metal staircases in general. I mean, I've seen some of the floating staircases you guys do. Those
Yeah.
always catch my
Those
eyes.
are one of our favorites for
Yeah.
sure.
Now, is the base on those usually like glass, or like is that metal, or some combination of both?
No, that's all usually metal. You can sub out. You can do glass for the handrails, which is always a really cool touch. But,
Yeah.
it is pretty expensive, but it really does add to the actual look of everything. And
Except
and,
I'm scared of heights, so I don't know
Yeah.
if I want that.
yeah,
a lot of cleaning too. If
a
you
lot
got-
of cleaning.
That makes
You got-
sense. Yeah.
I mean, if you
Oh, and
little
I'd be
ones running
OCD.
around,
I'd see all the little
You definitely see all the
marks and
fingerprints.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another cool thing to add to Ryan's, whenever you do it like an interior staircase or interior handrail, really people don't understand and people don't see it until it's done. Literally, handrails can completely change the look and feel of your house.
Sure.
I mean, literally, sometimes we'll go in or they'll take out the wooden handrails and we'll come in with our metal stuff. And I can almost stand on this. It's you almost take 30 to 40 years off of your house just by the railings.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
and
cool.
and really you use them it's a useful product that you can actually use, but also it's so cool to look at it when you actually
It's a
make
piece
it
of art.
artistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, so all right, so how long does that take? Obviously, there's the demo, right, to take out the existing staircase.
Correct.
And depends on the size, of course.
Oh yeah.
But if you've got some, a little bit of so a lot of staircases I'm thinking of would have, some of the ones on your website, you're doing kind of on a second floor where there's a little bit of an overlook to it.
Oh, like a
right?
catwalk.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is that how long of a project does that take?
For us, usually,
I could tell you the spiral because I know how
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
hours are in the spiral.
Yeah.
There's 120 man hours in the spiral.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a
Okay.
lot
Now,
that
do you do
goes
it
into
all
that.
on site or do you do some of that in the shop?
We made the whole thing in the shop.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you bring it in and you install it on site there.
Correct.
Yep. Before that, we send it to powder coat. It got powder coated, but
Got on that one.
and
About
then it'll
80 to 90% of everything that we do is usually powder coated. I mean, because
Okay.
it's powder coating is the
Completes the look, right?
oh yeah,
Finishes it off.
It's a cherry on top.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll do these paint jobs, and you got to come back a year later, and the paint's already faded. and all
Right.
that. We have never had an issue with powder coat, and if you make sure you have the right person doing it, I mean, it'll last a
Yeah.
very long time. And
So
yeah,
so when you guys
issue.
do you get the napkin sketch, you guys sketch it all out, figure out the right things, and of course you have to get the right dimensions, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I assume you do the whole measuring twice and cut once kind
Oh,
of.
yeah,
process.
yeah.
It doesn't
Hey,
always
he-
work that way.
Right.
We studied that before we came in here. That's for sure. Yeah. No.
Well, I didn't say I knew how to do that. I can't use a ruler. Are you kidding me? You give me
No.
Excel, I'm good to go though.
Yeah.
So-
What we'll do is we'll actually go in and when after the staircases and everything's torn out, we'll come in and take accurate measurements. Once we do that, we'll go back to the shop and I will create a drawing in AutoCAD.
Okay.
Basically, what that does is I make sure that every single piece is accounted for. We order the exact material and save our customers money, save us money. And then actually that becomes a shop drawing, which is a plan. So that way, when we put it out into the shop, into production, our guys know exactly what to do. I mean, I spell it out for them almost. And it's almost perfect every
Yeah.
single time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. Yeah. AutoCAD is a great help for us for
So
sure.
with the railings and stuff, it's all comes in. So you guys make those, manufacture those, or fabricate those inside of your shop, then
Correct.
not on site, not at the
Uh,
job site.
Usually not.
Usually not.
5%
Yeah.
on site.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the on-site
Maybe
stuff's
less
just
than
kind of
that.
some of the finishing work then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Which means you're not really in the home for that long, right? Most
No.
of the work takes place in advance.
Yeah,
Correct.
in advance. We
It's-
try not to weld in homes. It's just
It's messy. It's
Yeah.
gross. It's sometimes it stinks.
Yeah.
And we just try to. A lot of companies will go out and they'll do everything on site. I mean, it really just causes a bunch of dust and metal dust, and it makes your house dirty and it stinks for a
More
while.
cleanup.
got to lay down
Yeah.
fiberglass blankets everywhere.
Not to
Sure.
mention, it's so much easier to do stuff in the shop because we have an abundance of tools in our shop, and that way everything is everything is right there. Everything
Right.
is anything that we need is right there. We don't have to run to the truck to get it or something like that. Everything's right there. So everything's built on a very, very flat table too. Everything
Yeah.
is flat.
Then you can make sure it's all
Oh, yeah.
perfect and
Oh, yeah.
level and square and
Oh,
all
yeah.
those things, right? That
Yes.
makes sense.
Yep.
So, all right. So then your installation is taking place in home. So it also helps your customers really avoid some of the hassle. I mean, I'm sure they like spending time with you guys, right? But at the end of the day, they really want to see what the finished product looks
Correct,
like,
yeah,
right? They'd rather spend the time not on cleanup and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So,
The whole reason why
Um,
they called us.
yeah. So the installation process also makes it easier in home too, then, because it's kind of like everything gets delivered and then it's kind of installed,
Correct.
Yes.
and you guys take care of that.
The
Yeah.
way we make
But-
it'll fit perfectly
Yeah.
98% of the time.
Yes. Yes.
So, and the installation is fairly simple on site then?
Correct.
Yeah,
Is
we
that
do.
kind of how it works?
Yeah, numerous things. We'll drill into the concrete, or core drill the concrete, or we will post hole dig in the grass or the dirt.
Okay.
Then on it inside is usually all wood, so
Right.
it's, 1/4-inch lag screws that
Yeah.
replace a 3/8 lag.
And then you just put that into whatever you made from the material side.
Yeah. Yeah. All the
Yeah.
base plates are all made in house, hand beveled, hand cleaned.
So what are the latest trends on like the railings and the spindles, I guess?
Oh yeah.
Because we just built a house and we didn't have the option of doing like cool custom work. We could have. We just had to do that after the fact.
Yeah.
Hey, there's still time.
I know. Well, we can. I mean, I'm sure we will right now. So
A lot of the good trends right now are
style.
big ones right now. What we've been doing a lot of is horizontal infilled rails. So basically,
Okay.
instead of the pickets going straight up and down, they're going across.
oh,
That's a
yeah,
timeless
okay.
look.
Flat ladder effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people are doing the baskets in the middle. Kind
See,
of.
I wasn't allowed to do baskets. She
Really?
said it was all out of style. She
Yeah.
said it's old fashioned.
Really depends on who you talk
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Nope,
I
she
mean,
said no. Nope, I couldn't have them.
they all
like
have their place.
the wizard's
I like
basket.
The older looking rails.
Yeah, I think it
bunch
looked
of
like a
stuff
wizard
everywhere.
basket. You
Yeah.
know, like Gandalf's staff.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed. So she wins.
Of course. Yeah, she always wins, right?
got a
That's
lot of-
well
that's
on
how
this
that
kind of
works.
stuff for sure. You know, I mean, I have my moments, but this is not one I'm going to care too much about. You know,
Yeah.
we're going to give this on that one. I'm okay. So ours are just straight. You know, but I would like
There's
to have a
nothing
little
wrong
bit.
with
It's okay.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna come over one day and you're like, man, no, I got you.
Yeah,
We're gonna do
We give
this.
you a lot of
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
yeah.
cool different things, you know.
Yeah.
So, but you guys like the spiral stuff. I always like the spiral look, but is that kind of outdated
Like
now?
a spiral staircase or the
No,
like
no,
a
no.
twist?
Little twist. Is it
Yeah,
a
I
twist?
gotcha.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I like those.
Yeah, I think they're cool. It creates a different look, and there's all kinds of different twists too. There's not just, there's a really tight twist, there's a loose twist, there's a
Yeah.
twist right in the middle, there's twists at the very top and straight in the middle. I mean, you can.
It's
I mean,
endless.
it's endless. I mean,
Yeah.
the possibilities are absolutely endless.
Well, especially with you guys doing it all custom to begin with, right?
Yeah.
You
Oh, yeah.
just- It's not like you have 3 different options to choose from
Correct.
because now you can do a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's a little bit more. So you've done a lot of the spiral staircases, a lot of the handrails,
Yeah.
a lot of floating staircases too,
Yeah.
from what I've seen too,
Yeah.
indoor and outdoor.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
and material wise, is it very similar, or obviously you have to do some different things for outside, right?
It's mostly all pretty
It's the
similar.
same.
Yeah.
The
we-
powder coat will be the weather
Yeah.
protectant when it's
Yeah.
outside. There's a couple times we'll do aluminum. One of the spirals was aluminum, but aluminum doesn't corrode, so it can just sit out there.
It's a softer one too,
It
isn't
is a
it?
softer
Yeah.
one.
So is this that's something you have to make sure you take into consideration?
Yes. So
And I'm way outside of my element here. I'm just
No, you're
you know.
good.
Yes.
You're good.
Oh, that's a pun right there with the element. See,
Yeah,
aluminum. There you
The
go.
reason why we did aluminum on that one staircase was for weight. When we first started out, we didn't really have a forklift. We didn't have anything. So literally, we borrowed a buddy's shop,
Yeah, rented
and
a shop.
rented
for
out a
me.
shop, and we built this spiral staircase. And we actually had a couple buddies come by after work, and it was 5 guys, and we got the thing down on its side, and they got
Nice.
it on the trailer. But now that we have a forklift, we can build them out of steel now, and it's a little bit
Or way shorter process.
way
So,
shorter,
shorter,
process.
more
To
efficient,
fabricate it.
Yeah.
sturdier.
Yeah, sturdier, and
Yeah.
I would say almost cheap. It
Yeah.
actually is cheaper,
Okay.
100% cheaper. Yeah,
The only
Heavier, but
downside is it's
usually,
heavier,
yeah,
that's
but
it.
usually that the weight isn't usually a big deal. Now, in some jobs, it might be. I
Correct.
guess, and that's where you have to go to the other thing.
the way that we look at it too is 9 times out of 10 when we do a spiral staircase, it's getting flown in with a crane anyway. So
Yeah.
no matter if it's aluminum or steel, I mean,
It's
a
800
crane's
pounds, 1,300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crane's still putting
crane's
it
still
in.
picking it up. You know, cranes are good for a lot of that weight. And we can just kind of plops it right in place, and it makes our work really easy. So,
Absolutely, yeah, that's awesome. All right, so you talked about a little bit about employment, right?
Mhm.
Employee, not challenges, I should say, but it's always just something that you didn't think about when you went in and do your
No,
own thing.
no,
right?
No.
no.
But at some point in time, you grow, and you got to have some
Yeah.
help as you grow.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That's just
we
part of it.
we wouldn't be where we're at today without our employees. That's
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, and because at some point in time, it's like you can either do 2 things, right? You can either stop answering phone calls and stay with the work you already have, or you turn work down, right? Or
Right.
you have to figure out a way to continue to do more work.
Right.
More.
Right.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, you just go, you know what? It's probably better to just continue to grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
It was hard to turn over some of the stuff that we do to our employees, just because, me and Ryan look at it as like, okay, that's our baby. We
Yeah.
don't want them to mess it up. But I mean, our employees are really, really good about listening to our directions and applying themselves exactly the way we taught them. And
Sure.
it makes all the difference for sure.
Well, and there's some pride in that type of thing too,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
right? Watching the whole entire company be successful,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
also very
Yeah.
important. So
Yeah, we try to teach them to, take into account these rails and how we would make them as if we're out here.
yeah,
I mean, we do QC them every time they leave the shop. But,
yeah,
And really, we try to explain to our employees, like, look, these people are going to be looking at this every single day of their life if they're in this house, So think about, I'm like, build the rail as you would want to see it. You don't want to see weird grind marks in it, or you don't want to see like little weld BBs everywhere. We want to get that as clean as possible, provide the most top-notch quality for our customers. That's
elegant,
the name of the
look.
game. Yeah.
yeah. Well, and that's what is beautiful about it, right? Is that clean, consistent flow.
Yes.
That makes sense. Now, see, now I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna be talking, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
We've left a job, and one of our employees was, man, that was just so cool to see that person. They're so excited.
Yeah.
Me and Coders, that's
It's-
what it's all about.
It's the
right
coolest
there.
thing. I mean, that's really what keeps us
it is-
going.
it
Does that
is
comparison
awesome.
ever get old from the beginning of a project, the before and after kind of look?
Oh,
No,
absolutely
no,
not.
I
no.
love it every time.
We
Yeah.
love doing the before and after pictures too, because it's like you can really just see on your phone, like, look at what we
Look
did.
how
you know,
bad
it's
that
so
old
cool.
rail.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool. All right. So, what's some of the other things that you just were like, wow, this is interesting. I never knew I had to think about, because we wear a lot of hats as business
Oh,
owners.
man.
you know?
Taxes and all the
Oh,
forms
taxes.
and number forms.
You like?
and
Do you
all
like
the
paying
number
taxes?
forms.
No.
You don't like paying
No.
taxes?
No.
So I asked this
No.
question of most people who come on. I've never once heard somebody say that they like paying taxes.
No.
So I assume, that the government, there's got to be a reason they want taxes, right? Somebody has to like it, but
Right.
no one seems to like it.
Right. No.
I
So
think just them.
just
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, just them, yeah.
Well, it's because we've grown our government so much, right? We've got a little bit too big of government, like just the basic stuff. That's all we need.
Mhm.
Just don't get involved in all the other crap.
Right.
But we try to, we think that we want the government involved in all this stuff, but at the end of the day, the government is a very inefficient beast.
Yes. Yes.
So-
very much so. Yes.
So let them be inefficient. That's fine. Just
Yeah.
stay away from our stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
So taxes is always a challenge, right? Getting understanding how that works,
Yeah.
because you got the quarterly payroll, you got the payroll submissions now.
Yeah.
You got the quarterly, estimates. You got the, you said, are you an S corp?
Yep.
So you're
Yes.
taxes an S. So now
Yes.
you got your K1 as your individual
K1, yeah.
side and all the fun things.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you figure out why you're, S corp and what that does for you,
Mhm.
right? Saves you on some taxes, which
Yes.
is always good,
Yeah.
right?
Save
And
where you can.
It's always good.
it is, little things make a big difference.
They do.
Right? And so you're getting the right coaching to do those kind of things, and it does help overall make a big difference. It's little small things, they do add up.
It's,
Yeah.
hard,
So-
it's hard to see it sometimes, but it's always ends up the same. They always
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
did you feel like some of those different classes and stuff to put you in a position to understand some of the financials? Right.
classes
Like,
and-
so you did the A+ program,
Oh, I
right?
got you.
Because I don't think in high school they really do a good job teaching finance.
No, that's
No.
the one thing I said when I started this, because we know how to weld, we do that best. But
Yeah.
then, we got to do the business side, and we're like, oh, what? There's
Yeah.
no checklist for us.
No,
to,
there's no
Right.
right. There's no
There's-
right way. There's no
no
handbook on
one's
how to
gonna
do this.
Tell
stuff.
you how to do it.
And you guys are
right.
using QuickBooks, right?
Correct. Yep.
So was that hard to figure out the financial side of things?
It was very actually. It was. They
QuickBooks
made it
is
pretty
fairly
easy.
intuitive.
Yeah.
At the
It really
beginning,
is.
Now we're getting nitty gritty. We're starting to use inventory and
Yeah.
It
we're
gets
taking-
harder. The
taking
more
inventory.
complicated your business is,
Yep.
and it's not necessarily about the reports, it's about what the reports mean,
Right.
Yep.
right?
And,
That's
and
always the
another thing
challenge.
is like QuickBooks isn't tailored for a certain type of business. It covers a wide variety of different businesses, so
Right.
it's not super tailored. So that's the part that we're kind of struggling with now, is really trying to pinpoint, how can we make QuickBooks work for us?
work easier.
Yes.
Sure. And the
do it.
metrics you guys use and the metrics that are important to
Yeah.
you,
Correct.
right? Absolutely. And at
Yeah.
some point in time, that's where businesses outgrow
Yes.
QuickBooks.
Yes.
And it takes a while to get there.
It does.
Because it's just not necessary, right?
Yeah.
But at some point in time, you start having to have more metrics, and those metrics become that much more important in
Yeah.
dashboards and all that stuff. So,
oh yeah.
We're waiting for that day.
Yes.
yeah. Well, enjoy the journey along the way.
Yeah.
fellas,
Well, we are.
'cause all of a sudden, you're gonna be like, "What the hell?" And you got all kinds of other problems, and you're probably not welding anymore.
Yeah.
So hard to believe, but
It's dwindled.
Yeah.
we're
We
still out there.
we try to stay in
Yeah.
the shop as much as possible, but I do find myself more at my desk answering emails, getting quotes out, doing invoices, you know.
Yeah.
The things that you didn't want to do,
Yeah.
you know, that got you into welding in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do the welding part very well. Now it's the other side that we're trying to figure
Well,
out.
it just takes time.
It does.
And, you know, and if that's not what you're good at, it's not going to be what you get excited about doing.
That's right.
You know, so you either, you know, get assistance and work with other people and, you know, farm some of that stuff out so you can do more of what you enjoy doing and are probably better at, quite frankly. You put a
Yes.
welding torch in my hand, I'm not going to know what the heck to do.
We can get you.
Well, just make sure it's pointed the right direction, fellas, because I don't know if I would know the difference.
Oh,
So,
we'll steer you in the
You
right
have it laid
direction.
out.
Oof.
Sure.
yeah, and I don't have one of the mask things either.
Oh, we got you
So
on
I
that.
figured so. But I can't, like, I'd be a little nervous.
Yeah.
So, well, cool. So, all right. So obviously now you guys, you know, the marketing stuff is always a challenge too, right?
Yeah.
So you got your marketing up, your website's beautiful. The Facebook pictures of all your projects are amazing.
Appreciate
Website
that.
is,
Thank you. Thank you.
Facebook is awesome. We get
Yeah.
still a lot of business from Facebook.
Yeah,
word
of
It's probably
mouth.
our number one
Yeah.
guy. The website hasn't been up for long,
Yeah.
but Facebook we have.
Yeah.
had-
Facebook, word of mouth.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to see. We're visual people, right?
Yeah,
very
And
much.
so in today's society, giving you the ability to look at projects on Facebook, see those things, you know, the website is a great place to reach out for more that professional touch,
Yep.
if you will,
Correct.
more stagnant approach. But
Yeah.
Facebook is great just for that quick
Hey,
instant.
who is this?
What is this going
yeah.
on?
And
you
it's
know?
the cool thing is that people at night, you know, I'm guilty of it too. We're sitting on the couch, we're scrolling, we're scrolling. Whoa, look at that.
Look at that
really
cool
That's
project,
cool.
right?
We had
Yeah.
a customer contact Coda last night at 11.
11 o'clock at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
For,
Yeah.
new
When they're
job.
scrolling,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When they're scrolling. And sometimes as business owners, we get excited about that. So next thing you know, at 11 o'clock, we're answering messages, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's where sometimes it's better to just wait
Just let
until.
it
Yeah. Sometimes,
Let it go,
yeah, it's really hard
you
to
know?
figure out where the line in the sand is.
It is,
Really, really hard
But
to draw
that's,
the line.
and we talked a little bit about this earlier, is, you know, as business owners, our business and our personal lives intertwine so much.
Oh my gosh,
It's
yes.
so interconnected, and it
Yes.
stays that way, which is a beautiful thing and somewhat a curse as well.
Yes.
You know, but finding that balance and keeping that consistent is obviously important too.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so what's some of the next cool things you guys are working on now?
Right now in the shop we have this is probably our biggest aluminum rail.
Yeah.
All right.
It's,
We're doing-
it's 40 foot long.
Okay,
Yeah. It's for a new 7 brew that's going up in Manchester.
very cool.
And it's the ADA ramp rail that will protect the pedestrians walking down the sidewalk from falling over into the retaining wall,
Okay.
the drive-through.
Sure.
So, but also, you know, that comes with, of course, the rail isn't just perfectly straight.
Yeah.
You just got to follow the contour of the concrete. So
Right.
the concrete goes like this, and then it goes like
So
that.
it's like
you know,
a snake.
it's
Nice.
a snake.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's a downhill angle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
kinda
everything
neat.
plays into a part, and it's one of those things where, you know, we got the job and I was like, we're gonna figure it out. You know what? That's how, you know, I was watching something online the other day, and the best success stories start with, well, we're gonna figure it out as we go.
Well,
And
yeah.
and I mean, I couldn't have hit the nail perfectly on that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
It's been a lot of figuring, but
yeah.
it's almost complete.
yeah. I think
That's awesome.
it'll be ready. It'll probably be ready by Friday. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
Well, and that's how things work, right? You just kind of figure it out, because if you don't, someone else is going to.
Yeah,
So it may
someone
as well
else.
be you, and you're going to learn from it,
yeah,
right?
fake it till you make it. That's for sure. That's something that stuck with me. Yeah.
Well, because you already know the basic, right? Like you got an idea, it's just you haven't done this exact thing before,
Right.
Right, which
And-
is fine.
And every rail is different. Every single job that we do is a little bit different.
Yeah.
They're similar in some ways, but every single one has its own little things that will just send you for a loop. But you
Yeah.
know what? You got to figure it out, and you got to make it work. And we usually do. So
Yeah.
That's
There's always-
awesome.
Yeah.
There's always someone that's done it before you.
Oh, yeah.
So if our listeners are looking for some custom fabrication work, need some welding done, want to get some looks at some of the custom staircases, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys? Facebook?
best way is
Facebook.
Facebook.
Check it out on Facebook.
Yeah.
Check out our new website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out the
Come
website.
check it out. It's pretty cool.
So,
Facebook. We're on TikTok now.
and I'll put that on the channel here, so you guys will. So we'll have to see that. But RC Custom Fabrication,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for coming in, sharing a little bit about business and what you guys do. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us. It was a
Appreciate it.
blast being here.
Folks, having the opportunity to customize is so cool to be able to do. It's fun when you can do it in your house, when you do it in your landscaping, you can do it with custom stairs, railways, And sometimes it's just necessary because of space constraints. And that's where RC Fabrication, Coda, and Ryan come into play. It's great having them share their journey, their experiences, what they've done, and some of the projects. You guys check them out on social media. It's really cool, some of the work that they've done. And sharing that entrepreneurship journey that is always just, it's a challenge, right? We wear multiple hats. We have to think about things differently. And you don't want to do these things alone. It takes time. It takes practice, it takes experience, it takes a lot of different pressures as well. And we need to make sure we have the right plan and strategy in place. A lot of times people think about, succession planning, and they think about it in terms of, I'm going to talk about succession planning when it's time to transition and sell off my business. Well, the reality is the best time to think about succession planning is when you're just getting started. You have all these options and you don't even know what they all are. And you don't have to know what they all are. And you don't have to know which one you're going to choose, because you don't have to make that decision today. The more you plan for it, the more you put into it, the better your business operates, the more efficient it runs, the better your profitability will look, and ultimately the more options you'll give yourself because you've built that runway in advance. And I think that's what's so fun about talking to young entrepreneurs. You get out there, you hear their story, you get to learn about their experiences, what they're good at, right? Putting things together. These guys want to be good at putting things together and building a custom project to meet their home's needs. That's awesome. That's exciting. That's fun. I love doing that kind of stuff. I'm terrible at it. Right? I need people like them to be able to do that stuff for me. I know the end vision, but I don't know how to put all those things together. Having those people in our lives that can help us put those proposals, put those plans in place is key to our overall success. And that's really what a custom financial strategy does for you as well. It's what a customized exit planning strategy looks like in the business world. We need to make sure we have that plan in place, and we want to put that in place before we need it. Because if we don't have that plan in place and we start working on it when we need it, well, guess what? A lot of our choices just went out the window because we didn't think about planning in advance. Plan in advance. Understand what your options are. Put those into perspective. Make sure you do that with your goals, your interests in mind, because it does. It operates on a different platform. You open up so many more opportunities when you do that, and you make your business better today. It's not just about the future. It's not just about tomorrow. It's about the present as well. It's about today. We want to make sure our business operates smoothly and effectively today. And if we make sure our business is always operating smoothly, well, guess what? It's going to give us that much more opportunities and options in the future. That's really what it's all about. And that's really what financial planning is all about too, giving us the ability to put ourselves in a better position for tomorrow. We want to think about today. Of course, we want to think about today, but we want to think about that long-term vision at the same point in time. And a lot of times we can make sure that those are two paths that are rolling in the same direction. Maybe even one path, right? That just continues to flow through. That's really what we want to do. That's peace of mind. You deserve it too. Thanks for listening. Tune in each and every week, Sunday mornings, 9 a.m., News Talk STL, or on Serenity Wealth Now social media outlets. Feel free to check us out, serenitywealthnow.com, and obviously give us a follow as well. Till next week, we'll see you guys.
Serenity Now! This is Serenity Wealth Now with Chris Cooper. Request a free copy of Chris's latest book, The New Holistic Retirement, by visiting serenitywealthnow.com.
Investment advice offered through Fortis Capital Advisors, LLC.